for SRHR, especially on the comprehensive sexuality education, we have noted that there is that budget line or program under the ministries of youth and education. Unfortunately, there is no any budget allocation to that. So we feel that these two ministries should deliberately allocate some resources to help the comprehensive sexuality education as well as the life skills program in education as well as the Ministry of Youth. And also we have noted that there is the reduction. So the Ministry of Youth requested about 500 million. Unfortunately, their ceiling is pegged at 160 million, which is very minimal. We feel that the ministry won't be able to fulfill their obligation for what they prepared for the next fiscal year. So that's also one of the recommendations to ensure that the government has adequately funded the Ministry of Youth to ensure that the SRHR programs that they planned for the next year, they are fully implemented. And also, in terms of youth-friendly health service program, we have youth-friendly health service corners. So for this to be constructed and operationalized, I think we really need to allocate more resources towards that, and also to fill the gap that other donors who are pulling out will leave us to fulfill through the domestic revenue as well as the domestic financing. Yeah, in terms of commodities, we already have inadequacy. For example, in terms of ART, you already know almost 30% has gone with the pulling out of the USAID. And also in terms of family planning commodities, we have the demand, but then the supply is very low. So obviously that's a challenge, and we see a lot of implications in teen pregnancies as well as early marriages due to those pregnancies. So we feel that the underfunding the procurement of the commodities will bring more implications to the health sector.
Yes, indeed. I think the only unfortunate thing is that the youth-friendly services have not been shown in the budget as a line. And therefore it is appearing as if there's no expenditure on youth-friendly services. But in the districts, there is expenditure on youth-friendly services. And I know in my constituency, I have a clinic where youth-friendly services are being offered by the district, which is indeed the evidence that it does exist in several districts. I agree that as a budget line, it has not been shown. But if the budget is to show each and every line, then that document will be very, very long. So some of those things are just embedded inside there, and what is missing is for them to be shown. And we are fighting for big things. For example, if you look at TB has also not been shown on the budget line for years. But for this year, because it's the biggest killer now, we have fought for it to be included as a budget line. So the youth-friendly services, I can tell you with confidence that they are already covered. What is missing is that they are not appearing as a budget line. Yeah, they're fighting for 10%. It's difficult for me to know as a parliamentarian what the ministry has done. But chances are that it may not be 10%. Is very big. It may not be 10%, maybe 1 or 2%, something like that. Yes. But if they're fighting for 10%, the other problem also is that sometimes we fight for budget increases to certain levels without justifying. For example, you want it at 10%. What do you want to do? So you start with what you want to do first, and then make sure that what you want to do is 10%. And then start cutting.